First letter to the Corinthians. And as we always correct, it is not 1 Corinthians because they did not write anything. It is Paul to the Corinthians. It says verse 1 through 3, and I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal. Paul expected to speak to people as spirits. But when he came to this church, he saw so many rudiments and he saw so much legalism. And he must have seen other things there that he said, you can't talk to spiritual people here. Let me tell you a little bit about the old covenant, because they won't understand. Let me speak to them as if they were carnal. It says, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Christ. Do you know who the children in Christ are? Those of the 10%. We were talking last week, and that a person who has the mind activated already left 10% of the use of his mind. And he starts in a different IQ. He starts to develop much more excellent because he starts to think. He gives exercise to his mind. And already the person has changed because he has more exercise. He sees things differently, right? But then these were children in Christ, individuals that we have in our midst as representatives of the Christian faith. They are orphanages because they are orphans. Their father has never fathered them. I mean, they are still our brothers. We love them. We love the evangelicals, Catholics, Pentecostals, Jehovah's Witnesses, Adventists, spiritualists, wizards, whoever. For he who is mature in Christ loves. Why? Because if you have all the mysteries and all the science and you don't have love, you are nothing. Love is the perfect bond, and when you love, you have no problem with that. But you also have to be honest, they are children in Christ. You have to be careful that they can bite you. You can get scratched. Anything can happen to you. If you're not careful, you might also end up getting slapped. Children are a danger. Children will do anything to you. It says, I fed you with milk. Milk is a type of the law of the old covenant. I fed you with milk and not with solid food. For until now you were not able to receive it, and even now you are still not able. How honest the apostle was. You are still not able. I know that I cannot speak to you here spiritually because you will not understand me. It says, for you are still carnal, for where there is envy, beware. Strife and divisions among you. You know that in an evangelical church is where there is more envy, strife and disagreements. You know what they call their groups? We are growing, and it's not that, it's that they are so divided. The little group here goes next door, and this one steals 10 sheep from that one and sets up another congregation there. And at the moment there are many, and they say, guys, the city is surrounded by congregations, but they are kindergartens on every corner fighting. They ask you, where did you come from? Well, I first went to such and such church. And then there was a division. I don't want to talk too much about it, but there was a discord there, and I went to another church. There are no divisions here. There cannot be strife. I may form a little, but they are finished. For we do not know ourselves according to the flesh. And we have the mind of Christ, and Christ says to you, hey, the way you were forgiven, forgive immediately. The fire dissipates immediately before it grows. And then strife. Malice. You know, no, look, with this one be careful, there's nothing like that here. Because grace is not because we are good, we are very bad here. But because grace delivers us. As the Apostle Paul says, not that we are sufficient of ourselves to think of anything as being from ourselves, but our sufficiency is from God. Through what? Through the knowledge of grace.